all of you that are here this morning. We're really so excited to have you here. This is really the launch of one of our just wonderful partnerships that we have with the Loca Foundation and Oneness Generation as part of Voice Up. This is like our global kickoff. That's what I'll call it, because we are continuing these types of sessions once per month online moving forward. And they're all focused on just really getting us, as we are involved in this exciting, purpose driven work, getting us in the right mindset, uh, getting us so that we all know that we're all on the same team, and then also just providing an opportunity for us to really take a deep breath. Uh, and I'm really excited to get this started. We have members that are part of Voice Up. We have friends that have been invited. And then the thing that I encourage everyone is, after going through this session, if you would like to continue forward with the sessions, let us know. Because, like I said, we want this community to continue to grow and grow. And we just have a lot of exciting things going on at Voice Up for the end of June and into July. Uh, I'm just telling you, watch out for July. July, some wonderful things are happening with Voice Up. And we want everyone that can to be involved with that. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to one of our, one of my team members that I can say he's my friend. I can say this team member is my friend, and his name is Yogesh, and he was a key part in helping us form this partnership. So I'll start it and turn it over to you, Yogesh.
Thank you, Art. Hello, everyone. So good to be here and see so many people taking the step towards living in a beautiful state. Um, Myself and Chitra Iyer, who is also a stress-free zone trainer. And so both of us will be hosting the session today. And I will leave the floor to Chitra to kick, kickstart this session.
Hi everyone. So how's everyone doing today? I don't know if we're joining from different time zones and if we have morning, evening, night. I see somebody yawning. So I feel like we have different time zones here. Before we start, I think there's a little survey that Raymond wanted to do. So maybe we can get started with that. So I think we're going to have the link in the chat box, and
I'm sorry, say that again. Are you waiting on me?
yeah, I
Okay,
thought
okay, okay. That's
there's
what I thought.
a
I'm sorry. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to be a part of this great journey that we're going to take. And so what we're doing here, we're going to actually do a pre and post survey. Again, we want to understand kind of where you are now, and hopefully we can gauge and for everyone, and hopefully you guys post training or through these modules all the way throughout each one of them. But so we're going to have a post module, I'm sorry, post survey as well for each one of these surveys. Again, we want to just continue to try to improve the work and the effectiveness of what this looks like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to post a link in the chat. And so if everyone can take a few minutes, and it's a post survey based on based on the stress-free zone and kind of what that looks like with meditation and things like that. So if everyone can take a few minutes and kind of complete that form, please.
Raymond, the form is private. Do you want to make it public?
It's private?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Sorry. I thought I tested it already. 1 second. Okay, try it now. Everybody good?
No, Raymond. Please.
No.
It is,
Refresh,
no.
refresh,
I
refresh,
tried it.
and it still didn't work.
Maybe
Here's what
try
may be,
sending
Yeah.
a new link.
Hold on 1 second.
Until the form is sorted, let's do the poll in our chat maybe. So on a scale of 1:5, 1 being the least and 5 being the highest, how are you guys feeling today? So 1 being not bad, I'm okay, versus 5 being I'm doing amazing. So you can type it out in the chat. I
So I
see
think I
5.
did the post. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I think I did the different one. Give me 1
we
second.
can
4,
do,
3, 4.
hey, yeah, I like that. This is good to
1.
see.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also it's good to 1 because the whole point of the session is to make it 5.
Yes.
3.
And
Nice. And now the next question will be, what do you guys think the number is going to be at the end of the session? How do you think you're going to feel? Again, you can type it out in the chat.
Or you can try it again, guys. I did the post one. So if you try one more time, somebody can just kind of try it again.
Yeah, it works, Raymond.
Okay.
5, 4. Enzo, the plan is okay, 4.5. That's interesting. 2, okay. Christoph, I believe you're answering the first question. All right, we'll now go to the actual link and we can fill out the pre-survey and we'll maybe meet back here in a couple of minutes.
it looks like some people are still having issue with the survey.
Tell them to refresh it.
Just
Tell them to
so
refresh.
here's what
It worked for me.
Yeah. Let me just
Okay.
repost it back in the chat. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, it's working now.
okay,
Yeah, it's working
good.
for me now too.
Good.
And maybe let me play some music in the meantime. Maybe we'll give a minute and Chitra can take it from there, I guess. Whenever you're ready, Chitra.
Yeah. All right, so I'm hoping we're all done with the survey. A very warm welcome to all of you once again. We have some new people who've joined us as well. So welcome to the Stress-Free Zone. This is, like Art said at the beginning, a series of 6 workshops, and today is the first session that we're going to be starting. And the goal of these sessions is to help all of us learn how to move out from a stressful state of mind into a calm and intelligent state of mind. So today's topic is going to be nurturing a healthy brain. Now, before we get into the particulars of the topic itself, I would like to introduce you to Oneness Generation. If we can have the next slide, English. Yes. So, Oneness Generation is a group of youth. We're a global community, and we all come together with the shared purpose of learning how to live life fully and helping others do the same. And how we do this is through the teachings and the wisdom that we receive from our spiritual guru, Shri Krishna ji. Yogesh, if we can have the next one, please. Yes. So there are different courses, there are different workshops and sessions that we participate in together. We meet up online, we meet up at different courses and retreats across the world. And the teachings, the learnings that we get from these sessions are the ones that we integrate and apply into our own lives and then share with others so that they can benefit from these as well. So this is a little about me. My name is Chitra. I'm 27 years of age. I live in Canada, and I am a content writer and a musician. In this work that we do, my purpose is to help people discover the joy in their everyday living. With me, as all of you have already met, is Yogesh, and I'll just give him a minute to introduce himself.
Hi everyone again. This is Yogesh. I am from Chennai, born and raised in Chennai, which is in southern part of India. I am an architectural designer by profession. I did my bachelor's in India and I did my master's in architecture from Buffalo, New York. And I was working for quite a while in San Diego, California. Now I'm back in India with my family and I spend most of my time here. And I spend a good chunk of my time volunteering for Loka Foundation and Oneness Generation, now also for Voice Up. And my interests are in sustainability, mental wellness, and I'm also a proud Airbnb host for the past couple of months. So this is a little about me.
Thank you, Yogesh. We are going to start the session with a small section of yoga, oneness movements. This is to help us relax into our body and our mind and approach the session that we are going to go through today with from a calmer space. So I would request all of you to find a comfortable position to sit in so that we can go through these yoga movements. I'll give you a few seconds to settle down. If you can, I would suggest that you sit cross-legged. If you can't, that's all right. Please close your eyes. Bring attention to your breath. Let's take 7 conscious abdominal breaths. You can gently open your eyes. We'll move into the first posture. Raise your right arm above your head from the side. Reach your left arm out to the left side. Then we're going to bend the right elbow and hold the left ear. Now gently pull your head towards the right. And in this posture, let's take 7 conscious breaths. If you prefer closing your eyes, you can do that. Gently relax your hands. We'll repeat this on the other side. So lift your left hand up. Bend your elbow and hold the right ear. Extend your right arm out to the side. Gently pull your head towards the left. And we'll take 7 conscious breaths in this posture. Gently relax your hands. Let's move to the second posture. Sit with your back straight. Relax both your arms on your knees. Raise your right hand above your head. Bend your elbow and touch your right shoulder blade. Then we're going to lift the left arm and hold the right elbow. And gently pull this bent hand towards the ear. Let's take 7 conscious breaths in this posture. Gently relax your hands. Repeat on the other side. Raise your left arm. Bend the arm to touch your left shoulder blade with your palm. Raise your right arm and hold the left elbow. Gently pull this hand towards your ear. We'll take 7 conscious breaths here. Gently relax your hands. We'll move into the final posture. So sit with your spine erect. Lift both your hands straight up above your head. Interlock your fingers and turn your palms to face upwards. Ensure that your elbows are locked and your head is looking straight. We'll take 7 breaths in this posture. Relax your hands. Let's close our eyes for a moment. Just feel the relaxed and the calm state of your body and your mind. You can gently open your eyes when you're ready.
Thank you for that wonderful exercise, Chitra.
You wish the screen, yeah.
All right. So the question that we are looking at right now is what is required for success? What's the answer that first pops in your mind? Do you guys want to type it out in the chat? Any wild guesses is completely fine. Consistency, focus. desire, yes, that's the very first thing. Effort, the drive, intent, discipline, motivation, clarity. Yes. All these things are definitely important, yes, understanding. But today we are going to hear about something that we really have to think about and take it in. We are going to hear about the state of mind that is required to be successful. So, whenever we talk about clarity or motivation or discipline, all these are outcomes of a particular state of mind. So, today we are going to learn about what state of mind is going to be the root cause of all the things that you have mentioned in the chat. So, to know that, we will be watching a very short video of Sri Krishna ji. And we will also get to know about how to nurture that state and consciously move into it.
The video is on the next slide. Yeah.
Do you think when you're frustrated, trying to solve a technical problem or a market problem or a financial problem, your brain is in the same condition as that of Archimedes when he discovered the principle of buoyancy? No. Archimedes was in an enlightened brain state. Let us go a little bit deeper into the story. The king of Syracuse challenged Archimedes, who was his court scientist, to test if the crown given to him by the goldsmith was made of pure gold or not, without melting it. Archimedes asked for a few days to solve the problem. But whatever Archimedes did, he could not find the truth without melting the crown. And the deadline decided by the king was coming closer. He feared the king's anger. One day, as Archimedes entered the bathtub, suddenly the answer struck him as he saw his body displace a huge volume of water from the tub. He saw there is a relationship between the mass of his body and the amount of water displaced, and at once he had the insight. Using this principle, he could find out if the crown was made of pure gold or not. He was so thrilled that he could solve the problem that he ran naked on the streets shouting Eureka, meaning, I have found it. The brain state in which he saw what he could not see all those days is what I call an enlightened brain state. An enlightened mind means an enlightened brain state, and an unenlightened mind means an unenlightened brain state. Like the heart pulses so many times a minute, the brain also emits electrical impulses, which are measured in cycles per second. Do you know that when a thought flows in your mind, it is actually electricity coursing from one neuron to another? If you were to take all the electricity that is coursing in your brain and channel it, you might be able to actually light an electric bulb. Let us get back and understand the correlation between your brain and your mind. Your brain functions in 5 electrical wave patterns. Some of you know this, but I want to show you the mysterious connections between the brain waves and your mind. Keep listening with attention. On an average, most people check into their social media anything between 100 to 150 times a day. Most people live in a state of distraction and agitation, whether they're talking to someone, or doing something, working, or trying to find a solution for a problem, anything. They are in a constant state of distraction. When you are in this agitated, stressed out state of mind, your brain is in the beta brainwave mode. In beta brainwave mode, your brain is vibrating at 13 to 30 or 40 cycles a second. In this state, concentration, listening, focus, nothing is possible. You are internally in a state of noise and chaos. This state is literally called the monkey mind state. It's a mind where it's totally distracted, it's jumping up and down, and it's unable to focus or concentrate or do anything. The attention span is very, very less. The second brainwave state is alpha. This is a state where attention, focus, memory, everything is possible. When you are in this state, you become very focused and concentrated. Your efficiency increases. And if your efficiency increases, obviously your success, your achievement, everything in life will get better. In this state, your brain vibrates at 8 to 13 cycles per second. The third brainwave state is theta. In theta, the brain vibrates at 4 to 7 cycles per second. This is a brain state where intuition is possible, and this state is very, very important. In this state, your brain acts like a channel that can tune into the greater intelligence of the universe. Like what happened to Archimedes in the bathtub when he discovered the principle of buoyancy. He discovered it because he could tune into the intelligence that's present in this universe, and that tuning can only happen when you are in the theta state. The fourth brainwave state is delta. In this state, the brain vibrates at 1 to 3 cycles per second. This is usually the state of dreamless deep sleep. Of course, there are sages who can move into delta while being awake, and this is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Now, the fifth brainwave state is a relatively recent discovery by the scientists and is called the gamma state. In gamma state, there are two brain waves. One is the low gamma and the other is the high gamma. In low gamma states, you awaken to compassion and truly feeling for the other. Here, the brain cycle is around 40 to 80 cycles per second. And then you have the high gamma brainwave state. This is an extraordinary brainwave state. Here you experience powerful states of enlightenment, states of oneness, where all forms of separation ceases. In this brainwave state, millions and millions of neurons are vibrating above 80 cycles per second. Gamma is also the state where your life has sudden openings to miraculous healings in the body and also miraculous openings in life itself. That is, your challenges, your problems miraculously get solved and your life keeps moving forward and you achieve great things.
Let's take a moment to just close our eyes and recollect and reflect on what we just heard. You can open your eyes. Shri Krishna ji talks about the correlation between the brainwave states, the mind, and the states of consciousness, and how this correlation is a significant determining factor of our intelligence, creativity, and efficiency. We're going to focus on two of the brainwave states that Shri Krishna ji spoke about, which is the beta state and the alpha state. In the beta state is The beta state is when your brainwave frequency is between 13 and 30 hertz per second. That is what we call a monkey mind, a mind that is distracted, that is unable to focus, bring attention to a task, and is constantly flitting between different things, right? So in such a state of mind, in such a brain state, a meaningful, deep experience of anything in life becomes difficult because you're constantly in movement, you're rapidly moving from one thing to another. In an alpha brainwave state, your brainwave frequency is ranging from 8 to 12 hertz. And this is a state where your brain and your entire nervous system is very relaxed, it's very calm. Naturally, what happens is that information that you are listening to, that you're gathering, becomes easy to absorb, to process, and assimilate. So your learning is a lot faster, whether you're a student sitting in a classroom or you're a professional sitting in a board meeting or in a session with other colleagues. You are able to pay attention to what is happening. You're able to listen to people. You're able to absorb what is being said and accordingly respond. So there is great attention and focus that comes in the alpha brainwave state. And because you're in a calm space, your body also moves into a healing zone. So your body is very restful. You're able to tune into the universal intelligence and consequently draw beautiful, harmonious events into your life. What happens is that rather than life feeling chaotic, which is what we feel like when we're in a beta brainwave state, life starts to feel effortless. It feels calm and beautiful. So I'm going to take a moment here and ask, how many of us want to live in a beta brainwave state and how many of us want to live in an alpha brainwave state? Naturally, right? All of us want to be in an alpha state because we want to take intelligent decisions. We want to be creative in our field of work. And we want to be efficient in everything that we're doing. So in this moment right now, are you able to take a few seconds and identify the brainwave state that you are in? Okay. And what is the brainwave state that you are in most of the time? If you look back at, let's just say just the past week, as you go through your day, what is the brainwave state that you find yourself most often in? Are you in beta where you're rushing, constantly moving from one thing to another? Or do you find yourself being in alpha, where you're able to approach challenges from a calm state? I see a lot of beta, mix of beta and alpha. Okay. So we find ourselves in beta, but we want to be in alpha, right? So there is a very powerful, simple 10-minute practice that can help us shift from beta to alpha. This is a breath-based practice, one where at every stage of the meditation, you are being led through a specific kind of focus and breath work, which helps your brain slowly move out of that stressful, rushed beta state into a calm, clear, intelligent alpha state. So this practice is called the Soul Sync meditation. It has 6 steps to it. The posture that we'll be sitting in is, with all meditations, the spine erect. Your palms will be on your thighs, palms facing skywards. And for every step of the Soul Sync, we are going to be counting the breath. So in the first stage, what we do is we take a deep breath, we inhale and we exhale, and we bring attention to the inhalation and exhalation that happens. Yogesh, can we have the next slide? So step 1 is 8 conscious breaths. Every time you take a breath, you will touch a finger to the thumb. So in the first conscious breath, you touch your index finger to your thumb. In the second breath, you touch your middle finger to the thumb. Third breath, the ring finger to the thumb. The fourth breath, the little finger to the thumb. So here we finish 4 breaths. For the next 4 cycles of breath, again, we go back to index, middle, ring, little finger. That way we take 8 conscious breaths. That is the first step. In the second step, same thing. You inhale. While exhaling, you make a humming sound like a bee. So I'm just going to demonstrate that for you right now. So you take an in-breath. While exhaling, so this is the kind of humming sound where you feel a vibration in your head and in your face. So make sure your hum is strong enough to feel that vibration, and your attention has to be on the vibration sound. So you inhale, and while exhaling, you make the humming sound. And for each cycle of this inhalation and exhalation, you count your breaths. We make 8 such breath cycles. The third step is where we bring awareness to a natural pause that occurs when we inhale and exhale. So as you inhale and just before you exhale, there is a very brief natural pause that occurs. And in this step, we are going to bring attention to that pause. Again, 8 breaths with awareness, and in every breath, we bring awareness to that pause. In the fourth step, 8 conscious breaths again. But what we do here is we inhale, and while exhaling, internally we chant the mantra, Aham. Aham also means I am limitless consciousness. So whichever is easier for you to remember and chant, ideally I would suggest you chant Aham. So inhale, and internally you chant the mantra, Aham. In step 5, we hold the index finger and the thumb, and we visualize everything around us expanding and unifying into one field of light. So it is your body, everything around you. It is one unitary field of consciousness, one ocean of light. And from this space, we move to the next step where we hold a heartfelt intention. Anything that you currently feel you want to manifest is what you would hold in Soul Sing. But today, our intent is going to be to move into a beautiful state. So we'll collectively hold that intent today. So when you are moving into the 6th step, hold the intention to be in a beautiful state and approach your life from a beautiful state. So Soul Sing is a very potent, very powerful practice. You can do it every morning, and you can hold an intent according to what you feel you want to manifest at that stage in your life. So we'll begin with the meditation now. You will be guided throughout the practice, so you need not worry about remembering the steps.
And during the 6th step, when we think about manifesting, so we select one heartfelt intention of ours and visualize as if that intent has come true, and feel the joy with it. So feeling that joy as if the intent has already come through is very important. And we stay in that feeling for a while. You may sit still with your spine erect and gently close your eyes. Hands on your thighs with palm facing upward. Center your attention by bringing attention to your breath. Now we will start the first step of soul sync, which is to take 8 conscious breaths, starting with the tip of our index finger and tip of our thumb. While we breathe, the entire attention should be on our breath, right from the tip of our nose, where the breath starts, and all the way till our diaphragm and stomach, and again all the way out as we exhale. The entire attention should be on the breath. Let us begin now. If your mind wanders, bring back the attention to the breath and continue. Now we will move into the second step of soul sync, which is we inhale, and as we exhale, we hum like a bee. While we do so, our complete attention is on the vibration that the hum causes. Try to be as still as possible. Even if your mind wanders, bring back the attention to the vibration in your head. Let us start with our index finger. Now we will move into the third step of soul sync, which is bringing attention to the natural pause that occurs between the end of the inhalation and the beginning of the exhalation. Do not force the pause, just bring attention to the natural pause. Let us start with our index finger. Now we will move into the fourth step of soul sync, which is we inhale, and as we exhale, we chant the mantra Aham, which means I am. As you internally chant, remember the essence of the mantra I am. Let us begin with our index finger. Now we will move into the fifth stage of soul sync. Let's continue to have our tip of index finger and our thumb touching each other, and visualize our body, the things that surround us, the room, the building, the neighborhood, everything turning into a huge light. There is nothing but light. From this state of oneness, we visualize one heartfelt intention of ours as if it were to come true already, and feel the joy within. And continue to feel the joy and stay in that space for as long as you can. Continue to feel the joy. And whenever you're ready, express your gratitude for making your wish come true. And you may gently open your eyes. How did everyone feel? If you can type it in the chat. Calm, wonderful, extremely calming, relaxed, a little sleepy, absolutely peaceful. Yeah, relaxed, yes. It definitely does relax you, but it also does something more than that. It is communicating our uh, deepest and sincerest intention to the universal intelligence so it can start doing its magic. I would like to share a personal experience of mine. Remember the Airbnb host I was mentioning in the beginning of the call? So I am a proud Airbnb host. Just 6 months back, uh, there was a auction happening, right? And I came across this property which sounded like a very good deal. And at that point, I was a full-time volunteer, meaning I did not have any active source of income, anything. I was let's say I was jobless rather than calling it a full-time volunteer. So for me to you even remotely think about purchasing this home at an auction, it's practically impossible. But it was one of my sincerest wish. I did express it to my friends and family, and not just that. So in the auction, when we participate, my intent was that I will bid in the auction. There should be no other auctioners in the auction. I should be the only one. So which means I buy the property at the base rate, right? And I did soul sync, not just me. My friends and my family were also doing soul sync with the exact same wish. Believe it or not, I was the only one to participate in the auction and there were no other bids. So I got this property at the base price. And here I am right now sitting in the property, and it's been 4 months since I started doing Airbnb. I call this apartment Go Earthy because when the guests come to stay, I want them to take back something. So I follow all little sustainable initiatives that a person, an urban dweller, can do at their home in their day-to-day life, which need not be ambitious. It could be little steps that they can do. So when they go back home, even if they take any one habit that they have learned here, then it's a win-win. Win for me, win for them, win for Mother Earth. So that's the intent of the Airbnb. And I could go on and on with several other experiences that has come true for me and others that I've known. So So it's not just about, making you calm. It is much more than that. It is like if someone were to ask, why are you eating? We won't tell to quench my hunger. Of course, it does quench your hunger. It makes your tummy full, but that is not the only reason why we eat. It also nourishes our body, our mind. We take in all the vitamins, minerals, and all other nutritions in the food, right? Think of it like that. When we do soul sync, it not just relaxes us, but it is manifesting, communicating our deepest and sincerest intentions to the universe so that things slowly fall in place and our wishes come true. Yes, to summarize what we have learned so far, I'm pretty sure all of us at some point would have experienced both the states of mind, right? Monkey and alpha. We try to read a book, we read the first line, we reread it, again we reread it, but we still do not understand what we just read. It's so difficult to focus. Or even any of the most enjoyable activity, right? Watching a movie, you don't even pay attention to it. You decide to watch a movie to, relax yourselves, enjoy the experience, but how often do we actually enjoy the experience? Forget about success. You can't even have a pleasurable experience to its fullest if you are not in the right state of mind. Our mind is constantly thinking about something else. And again, same goes for the alpha state of mind, right? Sometimes we so naturally do something effortless that we are so proud of. But we do not necessarily know to consciously move into that state of mind to perform an action at will. And this is where soul sync helps us to consciously move into an alpha state and do whatever you're doing, or to address a problem that's in front of you. So every time when you're doing anything, or when you're not doing anything, you should ask the question, am I in a beautiful state? I mean, an alpha state, or am I in a monkey mind state, which is the beta state? And make a conscious choice to move into an alpha state and to perform the action. And before we conclude, now maybe we could take a few questions if someone has any, or if someone wants to share their experience, feel free to unmute yourselves and ask a question. You can, so the name of the, yes, Raymond.
I'm sorry, Yogesh. But also we have a poll survey for
Yes,
this as well. Okay.
Yes.
I guess I have a question. How often do you guys find yourself doing the meditation? Is it just any time that you see yourself in the beta state of mind?
Yes. At least twice a day. Once in the morning, as soon as you wake up, so that you set the tone for the day. You start your day with a beautiful state of mind, everything else falls in place. And of course, again, before going to the bed, do the soul sync again so that you go completely relaxed to the bed and start the next day fresh. And further down in the in the sessions, we will be learning few more meditations which are much shorter, which you can perform. Let's say you're in the work and you're going through a challenging situation. it may not be viable to take a 10-15 minute break to do soul sync. So we will be learning about other shorter meditational practice. But as of now, yes, any number of times, ideally at least 2. Yes, Faith.
Yeah, I had a question. It's like it's why every time I've tried meditation, it's always difficult because like with my ADHD, like yes, when I bounce from idea to idea, I can like dual process things, but when it comes to like slowing down and trying to focus on like touching each finger and like I overthink everything, like are my breaths deep enough? Oh no, I messed up my finger. So is there like any advice you can give about being able to like track those things so they don't stress me out while I'm trying to de-stress doing the meditation?
We are so used to a pattern, right? Living majority of our times in a monkey state of mind. So our neurons are so wired to it. So what this does is when you continually do it every day, at least twice, if not more than twice, you're breaking the bad patterns in your neurons and forming the new patterns. And it will take time. It's like,
Okay.
think of it like hitting a gym. The first day you go, you're not going to able to lift 25 pounds or 50 pounds. It's going to take time. First, you start with 5, 10, 15, and it's going to take, let's say, at least a month, right, for you to hit that goal. So consistently do it. And I couldn't sit still, forget about sitting still. I can't even close my eyes for more than a minute. But now I can absolutely sit still like a rock for at least an hour.
Okay, so it's basically just practice makes perfect then. Okay.
Yes.
Repetition, yeah.
Yogesh, I'm so glad that Faith asked that question because, I was thinking about in the humming, I was like, how do I hum? Am I supposed to hum this? So I'm glad that was brought out because it's like it just takes practice. Like I'm not used to humming. I don't hum that much. But so thank you for asking that question.
And also when you hum, the vibration, what it does is it releases nitric oxide in your sinus. And that chemical helps you relax much quicker. Nice. Again, so probably we'll start with our quick chat survey and then we will wait for Raymond's survey. So again, on a scale of 1:5, 1 being the least and 5 being the highest, how are you guys feeling right now? Nice. 4.5, okay. Nice. I like 5s. I prefer spending most of my time in 5s. 100 is a bit too greedy, nearly impractical, but the aim is always to increase the percentage, to spend most of the time in a beautiful state. Yes, Raymond, whenever you want to send your link.
Okay, all right. Thank you, guys. Man, thank you, Yogesh and the One Generation team. So, what again? I'm going to place a link in the chat now. Again, it's just a post survey. And again, I appreciate and what really quick while we're doing that, the stretching actually helped me a lot. Right at the beginning, the stretching really helped me relax more. And I don't know if that's designed that way to do that, but yeah, the stretching helps me a lot.
And also, what could, of course, you guys can continue with the form. In the meantime, I'll just keep talking. What will also be helpful is to align the breath with the movement. Like when we lift our hands, we inhale, and then as we put it down, again we exhale. So once we sync the movement of our body with our breath, the effect will be much more impactful. So that's why it's called oneness yoga, one with the movement.
Just wanted to say I can't mark the first question on the quiz.
The first question is more so explanation.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's more of an explanation of what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mean.
Right. Well, first and foremost, I would like to thank everyone for attending. We really do appreciate your time and hope that this you found to be helpful. This is just the beginning of Voice Up's partnership with the Local Foundation and the Oneness Generation. And we will be following up with all who attended. And I really can't say how much I just appreciate the time, the facilitators, and Raymond, and everybody has put in to bringing this to us. So be on the lookout once per month at the beginning, but it's going to keep growing. And remember, you can always invite your friends. You can invite your friends. You can invite your friends. All right. And Yogesh, is there anything else you wanted to say before we head it out?
We'll just stay on the call for a while in case someone wants to, have a chat, or discuss anything further. If not, thank you everyone for joining. We take so much pleasure in doing this. So thank you for giving this opportunity to share the joy. And a special shout out to Chitra, Christoph, and the entire Oneness Generation team, Voice Up team, that have been helping to put this session together from the back end. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Joining.
Have a great day.
Yeah. Yogesh, so there is one question coming up. So can we get some recordings of these sessions, or are they available?
Yeah, so we did record it. We did record.
Okay.
Yes, so we follow the same routine we do. All the you're gonna get it. You're
Yes.
gonna get the recording, the minutes, all that stuff. You get it.
Yeah.
Good to see you,
So,
Sequinder.
yeah, thank you. Same to you. Same here. Yes.
And Chitra and Yogesh, you did a wonderful job. And Raymond, thank you very much just for the surveys and all of that. It's really a great touch.
And I'll share the feedback with you, Yogesh.
Yeah,
Of course, your team and whatnot, but
absolutely. And I see we have Patrick there. So Patrick's in Ghana. Hey, Patrick, can you still hear me? Can you hear me, Patrick? No, but yeah. Yes. Does anyone have, any other questions for Yogesh or Chitra? Oneness generation.
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm really interested in like the brainwaves because that's something that I learned a while ago at a national youth gathering where it's like you're never too old to change and to make new, like it actually is a like physical or like it's a brain activity where you can create new neurons and new connections between things and get rid of old ones. So it's like it's kind of like part of everything I'm working on and believing in. So I was wondering if there was any and for my own research with my 8-week guide and becoming a full-fledged member of an employee of VoiceUp, I was wondering if there was any good resources for those sort of brainwaves of studies you'd be willing to share.
Sure, Faith. I don't have the research links right away, but I can gather the research links to the research papers and forward it over. But otherwise, I have the description of the brainwaves and everything handy, so I can just email it to you. And let me send you my email in the chat.
Right.
And then Yogesh, we also have a researcher on our team that can help with that too. Her name is Dante. So in addition, so we'll make
Oh,
sure that request gets, and we'll get Dante right on it as well.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Art.
Yeah.
Faith and all a good number of people, including myself, we just make assumptions that we are suffering from ADHD, but all it takes is just a practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your session today.
Thank you.
And then just real quick, Art, I scheduled a Zoom meeting for us tomorrow, and I was just going to send another email later about wanting to get finally kickstarted with my project and continuing with VoiceUp and everything. So yeah, just wanted to give you a heads up.
I look forward to it, Faith. I'm looking forward to it. All right. See you later.
All right, that. Can we conclude the call or?
Yeah. So thank you all very much. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Yeah.
see you shortly.
Yeah. Bye.